Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachak Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. I wanted to land back off of this brother's video. The big brother require Yaquam. Okay, he did a lesson, an excellent lesson called Marquis de Sade, dark and demonic. And I mean, this is not for the weak of heart. You know, I wouldn't even advise brothers to listen to this if they're not, you know, somewhat seasoned or in this truth for a certain amount of time, because it is kind of hard to hear. But this is the reality. This is what's going on in the earth. This is the wickedness that Esau is doing. And I would say that this brother is an expert in this topic. And I actually love when he goes into these kind of topics, because, you know, it is very interesting. Okay. And the rabbit hole does run very deep. But when you hear these different things, it clicks, because you understand, you know, it makes everything come together, so to speak. Now, one of the things he mentioned was that serial killers really started to become prevalent around after the 1970s, or after the sexual revolution, is what he said, which goes back to Alfred Kinsey. Okay, that demon. Okay, and these Edomites promote that demon as some type of intellectual, nobleman, if I could say that. So that shows you that Esau himself is profane. Because in our kingdom, we're not going to promote wicked people like that. People who've been doing sexual experiments on children and so on and so forth. So that dude was nothing more than a pedo, okay? But after the sexual revolution, which I believe was the 1960s, and the women's lib, that's when these different serial killers have really become prevalent. And the reason being, when you want to go to the root, is really because of the demons that have been released through witchcraft and different foul acts. Because when you do a foul act, the fouler the act, the stronger the demon, or the more of the demons will arise. Okay, because these demons, they like filth. That's why we're supposed to move in the opposite way. That's why our culture is to be cleansly. Okay. That's why we wash ourselves. That's why Gad, when you look at Gad, they wash themselves 3 times a day in certain tribes. Okay? And I know Gadites. All right? I'm up here in Canada. I live next to a reservation. So I know how Gadites are. Gadites are cleansing. They're just like Jake. All right? You see? So Jake, they wash themselves. They If you were dirty growing up, if you had a stench growing up or whatever, at any time, Jake will clown you, okay? Or if you didn't bathe, every day, Jake will clown you. That wouldn't fly in the so-called black community. But amongst Esau, they'll bathe when they want to bathe. If they want to bathe once a week, that's okay. That's normal for them. But the demons, they like filth, okay? And after that time period, right, when all these different acts were being committed on a very high level, right, that's when those serial killers emerged, and they all were possessed by demons. Now let me get Ephesians, the 6th chapter and the 12th verse. It says, matter of fact, I'll start at 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, so these elites are doing heavy duty witchcraft. Okay, they have the Bohemian Grove with the owl, which represents Molech. And you know what you had to do with Molech? You had to sacrifice children. That's why when you look at the amount of children that are missing in America today, You're talking about almost 500,000 every year. That is not normal. Okay, that's not normal. So they're doing high level sacrifices, especially since their kingdom is coming to an end. The sacrifices have to be upped because they need that power from the left hand side in order to try to keep their kingdom going. But ultimately, we understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to take them out, and there's a set date. So it's really in vain what they're doing. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. You see, so we have to be built up in the Spirit. All these things that we're doing now, prayer, fasting, teaching, reading the scriptures and applying it to our life, this is all adding to the fruits of the Spirit, which is going to strengthen our spirit. Okay? If you're constantly sowing to the flesh, the scriptures say you shall reap the same. So we can't constantly be sowing to the flesh. We have to sow to the Spirit, because the demons, it's hard for the demons to deal with someone who's highly spiritual. That's why Satan himself came to Yahushua. It wasn't no demon. It wasn't whatever these demons' names are. It wasn't none of these lower level demons. It was Satan himself that had to come to Yahushua and was rejected. Okay? This is 1 John 5 and verse 19. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 18. It says, we know that whosoever is born of the Most High sinneth not, but he that is begotten of the Most High keepeth himself, and that wicked one toucheth him not, which is who? Satan. Okay? Satan is not going to get you if you're of the elect. Okay? Because you're practicing in the ways of righteousness, even no matter how he comes. Right? One of the main ways Satan comes is through the woman. But the scriptures say that whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her. You understand? And we know that we are the Most High, that we are of the Most High, excuse me. And the world and the whole world lieth in wickedness. You see? So how much more now? Back then the world was lying in wickedness, but how much more now? When Esau has his technology, he has people doing witchcraft and they don't even know they're doing witchcraft. Hence pharmakia. Okay? That's all witchcraft, dealing with that you know what I'm talking about, that Dracula's laboratory. When you take those things, it masks the problem, but it comes back worse. This is what people don't realize. You're taking something for a headache, but if it's not the natural way, it's going to come back worse, and it's going to continue to come. You understand? Me, what I do is I take ginkgo biloba, and I rarely get headaches, man. And if I do, it has to do with dehydration. Just drink some water and it's gone. We got people who get these serious migraines and it won't stop. That's because every time you get a migraine, you're taking one of those witch things, man. Okay, I don't want to specify anything because they're highly censoring when it comes to that topic. Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. All right. And you try to tell these women that, and they don't like, yeah, they don't listen. But then they wonder why they're always getting headaches and always sick. Okay. Now, so even going to that, these people are dealing with witchcraft. All right. So this place is immersed in demonic activity, is immersed in how would you say, demonology. Okay. And I watched this show called Archive 81. It's a good show. It's an eerie show, very eerie. Esau does. But in the show, you see this statue here? They were worshiping this, which was nothing more than a false god. But all these false gods, for the most part, are actual demons. All right? And they all have demons tied to them. Okay? They all have demonic spirits tied to them. And it shows you that in this. And when they conjured it, right, through their blood sacrifice, like these elites do, and these different, Fortune 500 company owners and things like that, which the guy who was at the head of this was a Fortune 500 company owner. Okay. Now, when they conjure these different spirits, these spirits go out into the world and they do things. Okay. Not to say they weren't there to begin with, but the more, let's put it this way, the more demonic activity you do, the more these spirits will become prevalent, especially in the places where you're doing them. And most of these things takes place in America. Okay, Babylon the Great. That's why America is so violent. The people are all on drugs. It's highly immoral, because that's where all the top witches went. You see? Okay. And it's stupid, man. When you look at the left hand is stupid. Okay, because they were doing all these things, and this woman was doing all this. Like, when you look at the beginning, listen, this is all spoiler alerts, man. Okay? If you haven't seen Archive 81, you could go ahead and watch it. But when you look at what was happening, which they show you in the end, how everything started, and the woman was just trying to get a child. So she had to go. She went through all these things, serving this demon, right? All these different things, right? Sacrificing people and all these different things that she was doing just to get a child. And throughout the whole show, she never got a child. But looking at our culture, looking at our power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all our women had to do was pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's all they had to do. They have to sacrifice no people. All they had to do was pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And there's women brothers who've given advice to women to do that, and they've actually gotten pregnant, man. So the left hand is illogical, man. Okay, this is Mark 9:14. It says, and when he came to his disciples, he saw a great multitude about them, and the scribes questioning with them. And straightway all the people, when they beheld him, were greatly amazed, and running to him saluted him. Oh, excuse me, let me see. Oh, Salaki. Okay, so verse 17. It says, and one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him. And he foameth and gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. Now, what does it mean, a dumb spirit? It means he couldn't speak. So a demon could stop you from speaking. A demon could stop you from speaking. Well, that's what happened to what's that? Zechariah. That was John the Baptist's father. Okay, he had a dumb spirit on him after he didn't believe that he was gonna have a child in his old age. Okay. The angel put a dumb spirit on him. Now the demons can make you dumb. They can make you blind. Okay? They can cripple you. You see, so demons have a lot of powers on the left-hand side. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth and gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples, and they should cast him out, that they should cast him out, and they could not. He answereth him and saith, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him, and when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, How long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, Oh, of a child. See, so he had the same demon on him from time he was a child. Okay? And oft times it hath cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Yahushua said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help thou mine unbelief. When Yahushua saw that the people came running toward, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and rent him sore, and came out of him, and he was as one dead, insomuch that many said he is dead. But Yahushua took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, Why could not we cast him out? And he said unto them, This kind come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. You see, so that was a strong demon. Okay, so you had to fast and pray to get that demon out. All right, if you weren't fasting or praying, you're only fasting on the Day of Atonement. You know what I'm saying? Then you couldn't take that spirit out. That was a high level spirit. You understand? But that the spirits don't just attack the people that they're in. They also use people to attack other people. All right? Hold on. Oh, well. That might be the, okay, give me a second. This is Ecclesiasticus 39:28. It says, There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. One example I can give is Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, he was created to do what he did. Okay, his last name, the Elder Apostle Gabar always brings it out. His last name, Dahmer, means blood. Okay, so he was created for that day, for that time. And I believe he was only destroying flamers. You see, so that was all vengeance of the Lord. Okay? And that was an actual demonic spirit upon him. Because all of those so-called serial killers, they all got demonic spirits on them. That's why they always say they hear the dog told them to do it, or they believe they're invisible, whatever the case may be, because they have those demonic spirits, and those spirits deceive them into doing different things. Sometimes they might black out. They might not even remember what they did, because really it was the demon within them. All right. But the demon needs a filthy vessel to enter into to begin with. Okay. He needs a vessel that's unclean, so to speak, to enter into, man. That doesn't have the truth. That's not of the elect. You know? But at the end of the day, it's all demonic activity, and Esau's increasing the demonic activity in the earth. They have a thing called CERN, which is used as a portal to open the gateways of the spirit world. Well, in Egypt, they had that plague. They had the plague of the spirits, walking around and things like that. And that's gonna come back in this time. All right. Plague of darkness, the plague of whatever plagues was in Egypt. We haven't seen nothing yet. We thought that the C-19 was a big thing. No, we didn't see anything yet, man. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of a domino effect. Esau's about to go. He's about to go mad. All right. And part of him going mad is that chaos, right? Which has a lot to do with what? That demonic activity. Let's get Matthew 15:22. It says, verse 21 actually says, then Yahushua went out thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. And he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs. And she said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. Okay, so Yahushua was casting out these demons. And these demons understand that Yahushua is going to take over their world. Okay, we had a guy come to two wizards come to the camp, and they said that when they looked at Yahushua, they said that's who they're taught is the enemy spirit. They looked at the picture, right? We didn't tell them who that was. They knew because they've seen it before. All right, because that's an enemy. Who's Yahushua an enemy to? The left hand. Okay, because why? Because he's coming to take over their world. He's coming to take over their dominion. Right? They have dominion over the earth right now. But once Yahushua establishes his rulership on the earth, that's the end of their dominion. This earth is going to be lying in righteousness. You see how the world was lying in wickedness? Is lying in wickedness right now under the rulership of Esau, Edom. It's going to be lying in righteousness. Let's get 2 Peter 3:13. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay, so the Lord has set up wickedness to dominate for now, but the time is coming where it's going to be overthrown, and righteousness will dominate. Okay, this is Matthew 8. This is Matthew 8:28. It says, And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that. By that way. So they were attacking people, man. Okay, and they were strong because those demons could give you strength. There's another account of a dude they used to try to tie with chains, and he would break those chains because those demons can make you strong. And those transformers, when they fight, they win, man. So you don't want to fight a transformer because those demons inside of those things, man, make them strong. Okay? And you know what I'm talking about. All right? And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Yahushua, thou Son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? Because they know that they still have time to rule. All right? They still have time to dominate the earth, which is what they're doing. Okay? So they ask Yahushua, are you coming to torment us before the time? It's too early. All right? Which that time, we're right about that time. When Yahushua cracks those skies, that's the end of this rulership. So anyways, with that, Lord willing, you were edified through the Spirit. I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect.